Welcome to the first ranking video of 2024, and today that honour goes to good old Tsjuder. That's right, I finally remembered how to pronounce the name. We're going to be doing Tsjuder's discography from my least favourite all the way to my favourite. Now this is a legendary band that hasn't really changed their sound too much. They've always kept true to themselves and always been somewhat aggressive and quite raw, from not super raw like Mutilation, but more raw than a lot of the polished new black metal bands like Behemoth and Immortal's new stuff, if you know what I mean. But yeah, they've always kept true to the roots and they've always been pretty damn consistent, so this is a very hard discography to rank, in fact. Going through these over and over again, they could change places by next week, really, especially the top two. That one's really hard. Even the bottom ones, it's a really tough discography to rank, so I want your guys' help down below. Let me know how you'd rank this band. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Or what did you think of the new album which came out last year, which was on my end of the year list? I loved it. And let's get started with the rankings, shall we? So coming in at last place, something has to be last. Sorry, it's the debut, Kill for Satan. I like this album quite a bit. I was struggling where to place it on the list. It's definitely the most raw, it's definitely the most primal out of all the albums, and it has the kind of ferocity, and it starts off wonderfully. Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks? And it blasts off into the music. What a way to kick off an album, you know, what a just great opening. I know I said in a previous video about what I hate about metal is like talking parts. I meant in the middle of the songs, over the music. That's what I meant to say, not just a little intro blasting off into the music, because some bands do it well. Cradle of Filth does this on Better to Reign in Hell with the song before that. It's so good. Works so well into the music, and this works fantastically as well. But yeah, album's raw, album's fast, album's energetic, evil, proper black metal, and you know, I really enjoy it. So even though this one's last, for some people, I've seen other people's rankings, and this is a lot higher in people's rankings. But for me, I just like the ones that come after it, the song-wise anyway, even more. So yeah, this is my last place. So next up is Antilive, or Antilive. I don't know how to actually pronounce that, but it's one of the later ones, right before Vega. I've definitely said these. I'm going to be pronouncing all this shit wrong, aren't I? Good old Questy pronouncing shit wrong. But yeah, this is a lot more mid-paced, but the songs are so good. I know a lot of people have this last as well, but the songs on here they make up for it, and I don't mind a bit of mid-paced black metal as well. It still has ferocity in some of the songs, just, you know, mixed in with a bit of mid-paced riffage here and there. And the song, Demonic Supremacy, oh my god, the riffs in that is just, if you don't headbang to that, there is something physically wrong with you. Something inside your brain does not work, because if you're not headbanging to it, you don't exist. I love all the explosions in this one, feeling like Panzer Division Marduk or some shit, or like Minenwerfer, like just explosions out the wazoo straight away in the album, which, you know, it starts out with a bang. I like this album a lot. You know, I like this album a lot. It's just, again, something has to come lower on the list. Tsjuder has no bad albums. So, yeah, you can have this top. And you'd be right as rain in my books. Legion Helvete is next. Legion Hell. I like this album quite a lot. I've actually probably played this album more than all the others, which is weird to say. But again, this carries on from Antilive, the kind of mid-paced sections in a lot of songs, but it's a lot more heavy, I'd say. There's a lot better songwriting in Legion Helvete, in my opinion. The songs are catchier, the songs are heavier, this just sounds better, and I love it. I love it to pieces. It's one of my favourite black metal albums of the year it came out. Thoroughly enjoyed this album, and it, you know, even got better after that, which is crazy to think, because this is such a bloody banger as well. But yeah, Legion Helvete, one of my favourites of all time, and it's not even number one. What is going on? And number 3 is Vega. Gay? Gay Helvega. I don't know how to say it. Tell me how to pronounce this down below. But yeah, this is the latest album by the band, and I love the artwork, and it was in my top of the year list because it's that goddamn good. It takes everything they learned from Antilive and Legion Helvete and just fucking blows it up. Like, it just makes it better than ever. This is the best newer Tsjuder album, easily. It's thoroughly engaging. It takes you. It's still as heavy as shit, though. It's still as heavy as the old days, which is what I love about Tsjuder, because they do not compromise on the sound. You know, sure, the sound production got a little bit better, but the songs are just as brutal, just as heavy, and they're just as evil as they were back in the day. So fucking hell yes, hell Vega, one of the best of the year, and I love it to pieces. And the artwork, majestic. Right, these two could flip at any moment, because I really love both in a similar kind of era in the band as well, straight after the debut. Both these albums came out, so picking 2 and 1 is going to be really hard, but I think for 2 I'm going to go with Demonic Possession. That is right, Demonic Possession is my number 2. Love this album, I love the artwork. It's such a good, raw kind of black metal album, and you can tell from the artwork what you're in for. A snowy, cold, atmospheric, but brutal time. I love it to pieces. So many good songs on here as well. Ancient Hate being one of my favourites, just ferocious as anything. And the last song, the long song on the album, is probably one of the best songs they've ever done. Primeval Fear is just one of the best ways to close an album. You know, it's such a epic closing. I really want to put this as number 1, but I have to go with the masses. I know loads of people say this is the best and this is the most iconic to play, but it just is, okay? It just is. Desert Northern Hell. From that album cover, you can tell it feels kind of like an Immortal album cover, but yeah, I love it. It's ferocious, it's furious, but catchy as anything. Every single riff sticks. Every single song has a catchy riff in it. There's no dud on the entire album. It's furious from start to finish, catchy as hell from start to finish. One of the best black metal albums of all time, period. It's just hard to beat. You know, it is hard to beat. I do love Demonic Possession. I could swap them, but I think for now, on this here list, me at this very moment, Desert Northern Hell is my favourite Tsjuder album of all time. It's just that goddamn good. So, there you go, my Tsjuder ranking from my least favourite to my favourite. Let me know down below how you would rank them, what do you think of my discography, and wait up soon. Hold on to your tight little anuses, because we got Running Wild coming soon. Some Running Wild and some more black metal after that. Probably... Ooh, what should I do? I'm tempted to re-rank Enel Nafrak and maybe some Psy, some Japanese black metal. We haven't done any of that. So, hold on to your asses. We're going to have some good stuff in the new year. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.